Hi everybody, so I decided to go onto YouTube. Now I've started a blog called Little Owl Reviews, which I started about a couple of months ago, but it has been one of those things that I've been wanting to do for years. So it's really exciting to say that I finally started it, and I'll leave all the information below. But most of my reviews are going to be on my blog. However, I wanted to start a YouTube to share some other things. So my blog is mostly to do with movies and books. Although mostly movies, because that is my passion. However, I wanted to create this YouTube channel to share games, books, DVDs, do hauls, do some other little reviews on different things, but still keeping in the theme of, I guess you could say, geekiness, and definitely on reviews, but with that obviously some other bits as well. So you may see some DIY things to do with movies. I might do a few other bits, especially when it comes up to Halloween and Christmas, just to kind of keep it fun but keeping with the thing. And by the way, I just have to say, loving my t-shirt of Who You Gonna Call. This haul is collectively over the past couple of weeks. So it's from a few different places. So I'm going to start off with what I picked up in Sainsbury's. So in Sainsbury's I picked up Home because I hadn't seen it. I haven't written a review on this yet, but it is definitely worth watching. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. But I will be doing a review on this shortly, so do check out on my blog for this. Next is Shark Killer. Now I'm an absolute sucker for shark films, and I have done a review on my blog for this. I did thoroughly enjoy it. Yes, I wish there was more sharks, but it is a good shark film for anybody who loves shark movies, so I do recommend that. My next haul is off of kind of Amazon. Now, me and my sister love old films, especially like the classics that we grew up with. Now, there's quite an age difference between me and my sister, but all the films that kind of like I grew up with, she grew up with as well, obviously, and vice versa. The films that she used to watch, I watched as well. So we went on a little spree and bought some classic films, and they're here. So the first one is Enemy Mine, and I have written a review for this, but I think it's scheduled to go up shortly. If I remember rightly, it's not up yet. But if you haven't seen this, I do recommend it. Read my review for just some details on it, roughly like what it's about. I try not to do spoilers, and if it is a spoiler, then I always put it on there if there's a spoiler, but I really try not to. I tend to try to give you a general gist of what the storyline is, a bit like the blurb on the back that you'd get, though it's not that, and just some general thoughts about the film. But I do recommend this, especially if you like Dennis Quaid. Next is one of my favourite Steven Spielberg movies from when I was younger, and it is Batteries Not Included. And if, once again, you have not seen this, I really do recommend it, especially if you're a fan of Steven Spielberg, or you just like cute little alien things, without giving too much away. Next, now this has got quite a funny story. Me and my sister were really trying to remember a theme tune for a film, and we remembered like aspects of the film, and we were like, well, this is the theme tune, and it's got this butler in it, and he's a ghost, and we couldn't remember it, so we went on a little search for it, and it is Ghost Chase. Now this review, once again, I have written a review for it. I can't remember off the top of my head now if it is up, but constantly check out my blog, because I try to put up movie posts every 2 days, like 2-3 days. At the moment it's every 2 days, but I do recommend this again, especially if you do like anything that's kind of like funny and witty, old-fashioned, and got ghosts in, and he's quite cute for a weird butler. Next is a film that took me forever to find on DVD. Now, you can get it in America, absolutely no problem. Getting it here, a little bit harder. So I managed to actually find this, and can't remember how much it was. I think it ended up costing me like a tenner, but with free postage. And it is Monster Squad. Now, the whole box, I don't know if you can be able to see this or not, but the whole box is actually in Korean, but the movie isn't. So if you have watched this when you were younger and you fell in love with it the same as me, and you watch it every Halloween like I do, and I wait every Halloween for it to come out on TV just so I can watch it, but now I don't have to. But if you did have to do that, please check out Amazon, please check out eBay. Find the Korea one. It is region 2, the language is English, and I'll see if I can find it again and link it below if anyone's interested. The next thing, sorry, I had a little bit of mind blank there. The next thing I picked up, I haven't ever watched, it's still in the cellophane, but it's You May Not Kiss the Bride, starring Vinnie Jones. like I said, it's still in the cellophane. I haven't watched it, but I think this was like £3 and me and my sister saw, we were watching something, and you know how whenever you get a DVD and it has all the adverts to begin with, this was on it and it seemed really, really good. So we picked it up. I will be writing a review on it at some point, so do check that out if you're interested. Next then is a really strange place to find DVDs, and every single time I've seen DVDs in there, they've never been any good. Anyway, I ended up popping into a Poundland and I found a rather good collection of DVDs and Blu-rays, and obviously they are all £1. Now the good thing about these is they're what they call rewind, or which pretty much means that they've got the DVDs secondhand and they've revamped them, put them all back in the cases, revamped the cases, so they theoretically are secondhand, but you can't really grumble for £1. So I picked up, because I love these, I picked up the Blade trilogy, which you can't really go wrong at £1 each, so £3. Third one being my ultimate favourite, because who cannot love Ryan Reynolds? But second one has Norman Reedus, so if any of you are fans of The Walking Dead or Boondock Saints, and you love Norman Reedus, he is in this, for any of you that did not know. But I will be doing a review on these, even though they are classed as old films now. They are some of my favourite vampire films, because I definitely have a weakness for vampires. So please check out my review on these. And if you have not watched any of the Blades, what is wrong with you? Next is Haunted House, which is kind of, it's by the Wyan brothers, so it's a parody of Paranormal Activity, and I think that's about it. Probably is something else, but I'm not really a paranormal film sort of person per se, but I do love a good comedy. This is well worth the watch if you like paranormal and comedy combined, or the Wyan brothers work, which if you're a fan of scary movies or white chicks, definitely this one. Next I picked up are two films I've actually not seen. I picked up the Scorpion King 2. I've actually not seen this, but I am a massive fan of the first one. I will be doing a review on this, but first I want to actually get the Scorpion King, the one with The Rock, or Dwayne Johnson. I want to get that one first before I do a review, because I kind of like doing collections as a review together. And I don't actually have that on DVD, and I'd like to watch it again before doing a review on it. But I picked up this one. And then I also picked up this one because it sounded really good on the back. And it's In the Blood. And I actually saw this one in CEX yesterday for £3, and I got it for £1. So can't really grumble. Looks good, not seen it, we'll be doing a review on it. And last but not least is my CEX haul. So first things first, my nephew came down a couple of weeks ago and we bought some kids films for him to watch. How to Train Your Dragon 2. Any of you that probably got kids have definitely seen this, or any of you that just love kind of DreamWorks, I can't even speak today, DreamWorks work, that's the one I'm looking for, then everyone will know How to Train Your Dragon. Lovely film, love it. I will be doing a review on it at some point with 1 and 2. Next is Pirates and Adventurous Scientists. Now I went to the cinema to see this when it first came out ages ago, and then I saw it for £2 and I really wanted it. I was like, my nephew's going to like it anyway, and I might as well pick it up because it'll go with my lovely collection. But once again, comedy, it's got kind of the Wallace and Gromit-esque feel to it, which obviously if any of you grew up with that, then you will love it. And it has got some adult humour in, which is always a good plus with a kids film. Next is what I bought for myself, partly because my nephew never watched them, and I really hoped he would because I grew up with this. And these are the original Tintin movies. I think there's 3, yeah, all 3 of the movies that came out. So it's got The Calicos Affair, Prisoner in the Sun, and Mystery at Shark Lake. But as you can see, it is like the original movies. Probably a bit just remastered to make them look a little bit better. I haven't actually watched these yet, but it is something that I love and I will be doing a review on. Next is, I'm going to do Expendables next. So I picked up Expendables 1 and Expendables 2, partly because I really fancied it, partly because it has all the action heroes that I grew up with. And I mean, how can you not love these men? Especially Jason Statham. But for £1.50 for the first one and £3 for the second one, you really can't go wrong. Next, me and my sister love Discovery Channel, and I have a massive place in my heart for box sets, and I own way too many, but we're gonna add another one to it. So this is Discovery Survive That. Now, I've watched a couple of episodes of this on TV and I loved it. So it was £3.50, and we picked it up, and it just looks like that. It's based around these 5 guys surviving. I don't know for how long. My sister read it back to me, and I think it's like for 100 days or something like that they have to survive in the wild and get back to civilization. But it's approximately 5 hours, and for £3.50 you can't really go wrong. So any of you that love survival programmes or Discovery, or just a massive fan of well, anything to do with Discovery, survival and kind of rugged looking hot men, then this could be for you. And last but not least is a guilty pleasure. I love vampires, werewolves, monsters, anything to do with that. Absolutely love it. So a guilty pleasure of mine is Twilight. I've watched all of them. I've never owned all of them, so now I do. It was £12 for the complete collection of all 5 movies. I'm definitely, though, a Team Jacob person when it comes to this. Although I love vampires and werewolves, in this I do hate the fact that the vampires are sparkly. It really does my head in. But I like the concept on the other hand, so it's kind of like a love-hate relationship with the vampires. But I'm more of a Team Jacob person just because Taylor looked nice. But I will be doing a review on this as well. So all the DVDs that you've seen I will be doing a review on. My blog, like I said, comes out every 2 days as a review on a movie. If there's anything that you want me to review, anything that you want me to look at, watch, any questions that you have on anything, anything you'd like me to do videos on, please do let me know and I'll be more than happy to do them. Like I said, this is my first video on YouTube, so I'm sorry if I'm talking a little bit quick or a little bit slow or something. So please rate, comment, subscribe, because it would mean a lot to me on my first video, and I'm really trying to get the Little Owl Reviews out there a lot more. You can also follow me on Facebook, so I'll put all the details below, and on Instagram as well. But thank you so much, and bye.